What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Greater Human Performance Podcast, where we discuss nutrition, strength, and self improvement. In today's episode, I will be discussing a very important and underappreciated topic. And the topic of today's episode is the process that we utilize or implement to actually help us reach our health and performance goals. Now, I will say that a lot of people think this is common sense, and for some, it might be, but for others, they have the idea that because it's so obvious, it's so simple, it's so basic, it's common sense that we should already know about this. So we overlook the importance of creating the right process and also how to actually pick the right process because everyone has a different lifestyle. Everyone has, a job, a spouse, family, responsibilities, you name it, right? Finding and creating the process that is actually going to help us reach our health and performance goals should not be swept under the rug because it's common sense. In fact, we should be highlighting this process more frequently or more often because it's the exact reason why you have or have not met or reached your health and performance goals. Think about it like this. You have your starting point, you have the process, and then you have the result, the end goal. Most of the time, people who struggle to reach the result that they want is because of the process. So everything that happens in the middle between start and finish, that is obviously what's going to dictate whether you reach your goals, whether you reach the results, or you go back to the beginning, the starting point, and start all over again. And obviously, this is frustrating because you're basically putting in effort, you're putting time, you're putting energy into a process that you believe is going to actually help you reach your goals, and then it doesn't happen. Obviously, that's very stressful, that's very disheartening, and this is the reason why a lot of people give up. So, we're basically 2 weeks into the new year, and a lot of people are starting to realize that the process that they created to help them reach their New Year's resolution, it's not looking, really realistic. It's not looking very good right now. And it's because they probably bit off more than they can chew. They probably created a process that is so extreme and so different than what they were already doing that it just seems so unrealistic and unsustainable. And that is the thing right there. The sustainability factor of your process is going to be the most important thing that you should be looking at or focusing on when you create your process. So, to give an example, if you're someone that never works out, the last year, 2023, you didn't work out, you didn't do very much. You can't go from 0 to 100, even though there's a popular song that says that. You can't just go from not working out to working out 5, 6, 7 days a week. It's not realistic. It's not what you've been doing. It's not your process. Your process was 0 days. How do you expect to go from 0 days to 6, 7 days, right? That's just not how it works. Instead of doing that, instead of going from one end of the extreme to the other, go with something that is more realistic. Go with something that is more sustainable. Create a process that is a lot more feasible for you and your lifestyle. So instead of going from 0 to 6, 7 days a week, you're going to go from 0 to 2 days a week. Once you can do 2 days a week, you go to 3, maybe 4 days a week. Once you're at 4 days a week and you want to keep pushing it, you go 6 days a week and you build on top of that versus going from one end of the extreme to the other. So everything that you've been doing, that is your process. Clearly, that has not been working out for you. You need to make an adjustment to your process one step at a time so that you can compound those changes, so you can compound the benefits of those changes. And that way you start to build momentum. And that, honestly, once you build momentum, it's a lot easier to sustain. And there's no reason why you should stop doing it because you've made changes, you've seen progress, and you've built confidence. And that is ultimately what the process is supposed to do. It is supposed to help you break down, compartmentalize the big picture into small, digestible steps that once you accomplish every day, every week, every month, is going to build confidence and momentum so you can keep doing it. And that is exactly what you should be focusing on when it comes to the creation or the adjustment of your process. So to bring this all back together, make sure you're not making this mistake. Make sure that you are not overlooking the process that you implement to help you reach your health and performance goals. The process is everything. Your process will dictate whether you reach your outcome or your end result, or you go back to the beginning and restart. So if your process isn't meant for you, if your process isn't meant for your lifestyle, your likes, your dislikes, basically, if it's not realistic or sustainable, chances are that process is not going to work for you and it's going to take you right back to the starting point. So make sure that your process is meant for you and that it's actually going to help you build momentum, build confidence to continue that process and eventually reach your end outcome. So if you enjoyed this podcast, as always, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, and I will talk to you in the next one.